And good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. on this Monday morning. I'm Alex Fisher alongside Kevin Charette. Maddie Jansen has the day off. She'll actually be off. So she's off today. She'll be off tomorrow. Then I'm on vacation Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it'll
I am going nowhere.
Well, you're back, though.
Yeah.
You had a week off. And
I had a day off. I had Friday off.
Well, no, you were off.
I was working. Well, I was at Disney, but I was working.
I mean, is that really working?
Yeah. I turned a story. I was running around shooting video, getting interviewed. Yeah, I worked.
Yeah, everyone in the newsroom doesn't think so.
I know they don't think so, but whatever.
It's always the joke. It's always the joke when Kevin goes to Disneyland. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's working."
It is. And Adam, our director, will attest. He sees it on the backside. I'm running around trying to get in place. It is work. I wish it was not as
See,
busy.
this is when I wish we had a microphone on Adam.
I know.
Adam, do you think Kevin is actually working when he goes to Disneyland?
If you shake the camera, I knew there it is. That's why I begged Maddie on Friday or on Thursday. I said, "Do you mind doing weather while I just do the Disney stuff?" Because I knew I was going to be scrambling, and then I would have my iPad for weather. It was just a lot. But
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I know it's a lot, and it's actually crazy to see so many people. I mean, the production value behind all that, because they have stations all over.
There were 500 media outlets
Wow.
and influencers at this event.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to see all of the the people that just
Well, and the hardest thing, that whole thing, is what people behind the scenes. So it's just not me there. So every location that you saw me at, those are all timed. So I have my hit times. I have a 10-minute window. But before me and after me, there are people slotted. So, for instance,
your first hit, someone went too
Who
long.
it
I know,
was?
I saw who it was.
No, it's funny because it wasn't her fault, but she was very sorry. But I got to see our former colleague, Karen, and she was covering Disney, and she was before me, and the production crew was lagging a little bit, getting her ready. So she went a little long, so therefore it stepped into my time. And so then our producer here, she has to kind of fill time in order to get it. So there's a lot of moving parts to that. But yeah, I was excited to see Karen from our former colleague from Telemundo.
I think what's cool about the new, as they celebrate the 70th, the Paint the Night Parade's coming back.
Paint the Night.
I love Paint the Night.
Wondrous Journeys is back for the fireworks show.
Oh, okay.
That went away for a while. New World of Color, which is all about happy, and that's the motto of the 70th is happiness and being happy. So it was kind of cool.
70th Jubilee. Hey, didn't Small World go under some renovations?
Small World went through a renovation.
So what's new there?
I went through it, and there were just little things that I noticed with a Small World.
Very small.
Yeah, it wasn't like a crazy. They freshened everything up.
Yeah.
There are some color changes for the 70th inside throughout, but it's not like if you go through a Small World, you're like, wow, look at this total transformation. At least for me,
very small.
But small transformations.
Small things. Okay. All right. Well, pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the story that we talked about earlier this morning. That's because I know you suffer from migraines.
So
we were talking about.
I don't know if I
trend.
really agree with whoever. I think
it was on TikTok.
It was on TikTok.
Okay, all right, so here it is. So it's the McDonald's migraine meal.
Sounds like somebody who loves McDonald's decided to put McDonald's in this.
Yeah. So basically, people on TikTok and Reddit, like they always do, they put on their hacks and tips. And anyway, so this thing is trending. It's the McDonald's migraine meal. It is a large Coke and a large fry, and it's supposed to cure your migraine.
Two things on this. One, I do believe caffeine does help.
Yeah, there's caffeine headaches.
And maybe the salt. It just shows you that maybe McDonald's fries are way too salty. If the salt content is that high that it helps with, because salt kind of helps you.
Right.
Rehydrate, I guess.
It helps. It helps replenish the electrolytes.
So salty fries is number one key.
So the doctors, as you can imagine, on TikTok and Reddit, who are not actual doctors, they claim that this works, and then, there's some science behind it. Sure, but the real experts, people who actually study this, real doctors, are saying, okay, couple things. It is possible that it could help some people, but it's not a go-to, shouldn't be seen as a go-to. And there are healthier ways to stop a migraine.
Well, first off here,
You know?
so many people, and it frustrates me at times, so many people put a headache in the same category as a migraine.
Yeah, it's
Let me
not
just
the
tell you,
same.
folks,
It's not the same.
A headache is a headache and a migraine is a migraine. I could see how the Coke and the fries, the salt, whatever, could help with a mild headache, but I'm going to tell you, there's no way that, in my opinion, and I'm not a doctor, but for me personally, that a Coke and salty fries is going to take my migraine away. I need a dark room. Unfortunately, I need like Excedrin migraine. I need, and you know, that's what gets rid of my migraine, not salty fries and a Coke.
Well, and also migraines are not just pain in the head.
No,
You know,
I
there
get
are different
nauseated.
Yeah,
so fries
so like
and a
my
Coke are not
mom,
going to do well.
my mom has migraines, but it doesn't like no pain associated with it or whatever. But she has brain fog.
She doesn't get massive.
Nope.
When she gets a migraine, she doesn't
Nope.
get a headache.
She shuts down. Her head essentially, her brain function
Okay.
just like, yeah.
But she doesn't get a headache.
And so her doctor, she went to Cedars-Sinai years and years and years ago, and you know,
Is it some other type of
it
migraine?
was yeah.
'Cause
So
I've
the
never heard of such a
migraine, so the
thing.
migraine is a migraine does not equate to pain. Like it doesn't. If you have a migraine, it does not necessarily mean it doesn't. It's not always pain related. Like migraines are. It's because it happens within the brain.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
That must be kind of a rare, because like
It
my
is.
family suffers from it, and all of us, it's pain. So it
Yeah.
must be rare not to get the migraine headache pain with a migraine.
Well, it is. I mean, that's
I
why
wish
she had
I
to
was
go
your
to.
mom.
I
'Cause
mean,
I'd rather just get a brain fog.
yeah.
And
I
not get the
mean,
pain.
well, and that's the thing is because she was going and you know they thought that she had some neurological
Seizure
issue or
or-
some
yeah.
something, but the brain scans keep coming back clear, and so they sent her down to a specialist at Cedars-Sinai, and within minutes he was like, oh yeah, you have you suffer some blah 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 migraine, and she said no, I don't have pain with my or with this, and the doctor said migraines don't always don't have to have pain. Like it's
Wow. That must be a rare migraine.
Pain is a symptom of a migraine. It is a very common symptom of a migraine, but it's not always they're not always together.
Yeah, like I said, I that must be very rare, because I mean I don't know anybody who gets a migraine who's not in excruciating
pain, yeah.
Like I feel like I've like
Excruciating pain, migraine is common, and it's
Most common, yeah.
you know, it's the number one. But like her migraines.
I wish I had
are-
hers, because when
yeah.
I get mine, I feel like I've got a screwdriver stabbing me in
and
the
let
head.
me tell you, here's the thing: she has these migraines, and she loses all. I mean, she cannot communicate. She cannot. I mean, it's almost as she's in a vegetative state. So
Now-
I mean, look. I mean, if you're trying to talk to her, she will just stare at you.
See, once my pain goes away, then I call them aftershocks. So I get a brain fog, I feel like numb, and then I'll have a slight headache for about 2 to 3 days after the initial. I say it's the main earthquake is my migraine, and then I have aftershocks for about 2 to 3 days, and I'm in a fog.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's
not good.
that's her thing, and then she'll usually she gets very tired too.
Oh,
she gets
yes,
very
very
tired,
tired.
and so she's not just sitting up. I mean, she will sleep most of the day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember growing up, you know, she would get these every 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
every 6 months or so, and it would just hit her. It would just hit her, and she would just sleep most of the day. But she couldn't communicate. She couldn't do. I mean, she would just sleep, and then she would wake up and be like, "Oh, all right, it's passed,"
Yeah.
and just like that, kind of feel a little foggy, but
Well, and it's
This
crazy.
is fast.
The weatherman gets triggered. My migraines are triggered by weather.
so
High pressure, low pressure.
She wonders that too.
Most definitely
She
happens.
wonders that too because it's always hard because I mean they come on, you know, it's about every 6 months or so. But that has been a theory, is that the weather, the change in
Most
pressure.
definitely.
Yeah.
Anytime we see a massive pressure change from high pressure to low pressure, it will either trigger a light headache for me, or if it's a more dramatic pressure change, it'll trigger a migraine
Yeah.
for me.
Do you just does your eyes get?
So with mine, everybody's migraines are triggered a little differently. For me, I know I'm getting a migraine because I call them auras. I get these auras in the side peripheral of my eyes, and basically think of what an aura is, and it goes like this.
Yeah.
And I go blind. I can't see.
Yeah.
If I see the auras come in,
You know
if I
it's
take my
coming on.
migraine medicine, I can beat it. Yeah. But if I don't get it in time, I've been at work where I've started to get those auras, and I have to close my eyes because I can't physically see. And it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for the horrors to go away. And then usually I have to tell my boss I need to get home because if this full goes into a migraine, I can't drive, I can't do anything. So it's like usually I like drop everything and I'm like, I need to get home.
Yeah.
But yeah, the auras are usually my signal, and then I can't see. I've had to pull over in my car.
Have you?
From getting the auras?
Yeah.
Because I just
You
can't.
can't see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I want to show you something that you're going to hate. You're absolutely going to hate it. I think it's actually going to be like one of.
So I'm going to give a strong opinion of this?
Well, no, I think it's because we've talked about like some of your fears.
Okay.
So I don't think you're going to like this. So it's the world's
long as I don't have to
tallest.
do it.
It's the world's tallest apartment.
See, I'm not afraid of heights like that.
Oh, it's jumping.
It's jumping.
Okay.
If I had to jump off, yeah, I'd have a problem.
All right. So this is the world's tallest apartment complex. This is the rendering. It's going to be in Brazil. So it's called the Senate Tower, and it is slightly taller than New York City's One World Trade Center.
Wow.
Which stands at like I
look
think
at
it's
the view.
1776 feet. Yeah, I mean, beautiful, beautiful view. So it will feature 2 triplex penthouses spanning 9,700 square feet apiece. It's priced at,
9,700?
that costs $53 million if you want to live there. And the 2 penthouses will be sold by auction by the auction house Sotheby's, you know?
Yeah.
So, and construction is expected to be completed by 2033.
Huh.
So it would be known as the world's tallest apartment complex, and it has 154 stories.
The only thing I'd request. What's going on, Alex? I mean, Adam. What's going on? We're going black. We're back.
Black. It's like a migraine.
It's like, that's what it feels
migraine.
like. Everything goes black. Yeah, I would request that they have a parachute chute. So if there was a fire or something, I'd like to parachute out.
It's going to take you like 10 minutes just to get to your home, you know? I mean, it's just like...
Well, the elevator's probably super fast.
Well, you'd have to have multiple elevators too, right? You'd have to have one that's like, this elevator only goes to floors like, 100 to 154 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to break it down, it seems like, but...
Definitely need a parachute chute.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy though. But imagine though being like, if your house was 154 stories high,
Yeah.
like, I mean...
But you really don't have to leave much. It's 9,000 square feet.
I know. I mean, it's a huge penthouse, and there's a couple of them, of course. There's
Probably
2.
got a pool and everything.
But it does.
Yeah, I saw that.
It does. But just imagine though being at the top and just like, you sway. I mean, these buildings
Maybe.
sway.
It depends on how it's built. I mean, they have to have some give.
They have to have some. Well, I know that, like, for example, my cousin, she used to work at one of the high rises in downtown LA. Now, this is a little different because they're built to withstand earthquakes, right? So putting it out there. But because they're built to, sway during an earthquake, well, guess what also pushes the buildings? Santa Ana winds.
Oh, yeah, I bet a little bit, yeah.
And so anytime they have a Santa Ana wind event, I have been in downtown and I have seen the buildings. Like if you look at the shadows, you can see them sway a little bit. It's hard when you're looking straight up at them because it's like,
Minute.
yeah, it's so minute. But if you're looking at shadows and like there's, things like whether it's like a groove or like, if there's like a little pebble or something, you can see the move slightly. The winds will, and if you're on one of the top floors, you will. And some offices say like, don't come up because you can get seasick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you get seasick up there. But then of course during an earthquake, those buildings just like, I mean, it doesn't take much, and those buildings are going. Now again, it's supposed to feel more dramatic than it actually is because it's to relieve the tension, to relieve pressure. So
right.
if it moves, it's just flowing. It's just. But it's
you don't feel like
it's unnerving.
Most
it's
definitely.
Yeah, you have to take some.
Yeah.
Don't you get seasick?
Yeah, I do. I put patches on whenever I'm going on any crazy rides or on the ocean.
What is the if you were in like a high rise? What would be like the tallest or like an apartment building? What would be like your max?
That I'm not scared of. I mean, I've taken in Chicago. I've went up. In the
the Sears Tower?
Sears Tower all the way to the top. That doesn't bother me.
No.
As long as I don't have to jump out, I'm good.
Yeah. It's just like the actual jumping off like a diving board.
Yeah. But like years ago, I think it was like 2008, I rappelled off the Stockdale Towers.
Oh, did you?
Yep, I
Okay.
did from the top and rappelled all the way
Was
down.
that? Were you okay with that?
Getting over the ledge was a little nerve-wracking because I was rappelling myself.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And so did the training and everything, so it was a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, it was okay. Once I started to get the rhythm of stepping down like Spider-Man, I was good.
Yeah. I think
But it was nerve-wracking.
I could. Heights don't bother me at all. Like they don't. I just don't want to constantly feel like, you know, a swaying. That's the only thing. And,
We'll
and
see. I'm going
sometimes-
on a cruise in November, so that'll be my first cruise. So we'll see
Oh,
how it
really?
goes.
See-
I'm getting the patches just in case.
So cruises, again, I don't get seasick or anything like that. It's just the like I don't like again in cruises like when you're in rough seas, you're in bed and you're just constantly.
that's what
you're,
would get me.
Or like there's something in the nightstand and you hear it go.
Yeah. I'm hoping the magic of Disney, because it's a Disney cruise I'm doing.
Is the boat called the Magic of Disney?
No, it's
Oh,
called
you're
the
just seeing
Disney
in general.
Wish.
Oh, okay.
But I'm hoping the magic of Disney, they build these ships so there's major stabilizers, since there's like all types of families on the boat, so they don't want a lot of swaying. So that's what I'm hoping for.
It is actually impressive though, like what those boats can withstand.
Oh, yeah.
Like I mean, it is amazing.
I don't even know how those type of boats float. If you've
I
ever
know.
watched the building, I watched the whole building of how they built the Disney Wish, and it's just incredible how these things even float.
Well, it's what's crazy is how much. I mean, it's again,
It's all steel.
Well, and it's physics. I get that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how much can because they don't. It's not like there's a ton underwater. I mean, it just
No.
sits on top. But it's
Yeah.
just crazy how many tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah,
if not more.
Yeah, I mean, it's all steel.
It's all
You
steel,
have
and it's just
2,000 people.
yeah,
Yeah,
2,000 to
it's pretty
3,000
crazy.
people. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, when are you going on the cruise?
November. It's a Christmas cruise. Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
that's
be
fun. It's fun. Okay, so the other story that caught my attention was this, like the sleep mutation. The gene
Oh,
that like some people have this like mutation that
Oh.
makes them sleep like not that much, and they can totally function. So
not
obviously,
me.
most people, vast majority of people, need 7 to 9 hours of sleep, right? But there's this genetic mutation that may allow people to just like fully thrive, feel great on just like 3 hours of sleep.
I do have
A
some
night.
friends that are like that, and I don't understand it.
Here's my thing. I think there's a difference between thriving and powering through, though. Like, I know a lot of people, like, I can power through, Kevin knows this, I can power through on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep every night, right? Like, I'm tired, I don't feel good, but like, I can power through. I am not thriving, though. I am not thriving on that little sleep. My window is the 7 to 9 hours. Like I love, like if I get 7 to 9 hours, and it can't be more. It's got to be like, it can't just be one night. Like it's got to be like consistent, right? If I'm getting consistently 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, I'm feeling pretty good. If I'm not, I'm off.
I don't get. Yeah, there's no way. On the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I may pick up 7, but we're all also on that automatic clock from the week. But mine, I don't know. I'm usually in bed by 8:30, and I'm up at 3:15. So that's not 8 hours or
Love this
9,
music.
10.
Yeah, I just.
But I get a nap in, And the one thing that's helped me, you see in that video right there, is the gentleman laying there with the CPAP machine. The CPAP machine has really helped me get good night's sleep. Not only was I dealing with having to get up early in an early schedule, but the snoring was also keeping me up throughout the night that you don't really realize. The CPAP machine really helped me, I think, a little bit with that.
So I wear my Apple Watch to bed every night, so it monitors my sleep and everything, and that's actually been really interesting. But it does show me when I wake up multiple times a night and everything, and it's crazy how I will sometimes get 8 hours of sleep a night, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. It's very rare for me to get more than 8. It's just my body just won't like
6.
Well, but even if it's like a normal like it just even on the weekends or whatever, like it's hard for me to get more than 8 hours of sleep. It's just my body is like I'm good to go. But even if I get if I hit the goal of like
Let's see what mine was last. The nice thing is the CPAP machine is scheduled. So for me, it shows I got 7 hours and 5 minutes. but I had, as a snore, I had 2.9 events per hour.
So right now, over the past month, I'm averaging 5 hours and 58 minutes of sleep. So about 6 hours of sleep a night. And, but what's crazy is like sometimes, I'll get 6 hours of sleep a night and feel great, but I didn't wake up at all during the night, right? And it shows that I got like super high quality, deep sleep, right? Other times I will get 8 hours of sleep a night, but I'm waking up like 5 or 6 times, and I'm only getting very little deep sleep. And so it's crazy how it's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Quality, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, both are important. I don't want to say like you can get 3 hours of sleep and be fine if you get good quality. No. It's you gotta have both, but you gotta focus on the quality of sleep. I am the person that the slightest bit of light
wakes you up.
Wakes me up or keeps me awake. I can't fall asleep. I'm talking like the little light on the TV.
Right.
It's the one thing. So I have an Apple TV in my room. I have to put something in front of it because the red light on the TV, like on the actual TVs, which by the way, that's one of the reasons why they are red lights, is so that like it doesn't interfere. But the Apple TV has a white light. And so I have to block that in order to, first off, it's white. Second, it's bright. It's like the power on light. Part of me wants to be like, hey, if anyone out there who works for Apple is listening, please turn that to like a red light because it does like
affect you.
It's bright. Like it's crazy how bright it is. The other thing is I have like a little Dyson fan and it's got like a little LED screen, right? Well, it is illuminated and it's an LED screen. So it illuminates. Those two things alone brighten my room up. So I have to either cover those and, make sure that there's no light coming in from my room. But I'm like, whatever. I wear a sleep mask, or an eye mask.
I think, and you say quality, I think is important. So there's times, because if you are a CPAP person, you wear this thing over your face. You get used to it, but there are just times you just want to break from it. And I can tell I don't sleep well now that I've been on the CPAP for a while. I don't sleep well if I sleep with it off. Even though I want the break, I toss and turn more without my CPAP on. When I have the CPAP on, I don't toss and turn hardly at all.
Do you have to be like on your back the entire night?
No, it swivels. So I'm a side sleeper.
See, I am too.
And it will adjust. Like I'll go from one side, the next side, and it just follows me.
Oh, okay.
Much. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I am a side sleeper, and I get to the very far end of the bed.
Oh, see.
I can't do the middle. I can't do straight on the middle. I have to be on one side.
Oh, I'm not a middle. Well, yeah, no, I'm a side sleeper.
I am a side sleeper, and I've got to be and I can't be I've got to face out.
Okay.
I can't. Face
out?
It's I like the feeling of I
go back and forth, face out, face in.
Yeah.
But I have to be on the if you're looking at the bed, I have to be on the right hand side, facing the bed. Even at a hotel,
okay.
I always sleep on the right hand side.
That doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, it is fun. But I have to have white noise.
Right.
I cannot just pure quiet. I will not be able to sleep. It doesn't matter how exhausted I am. I will not be able to sleep.
Pick your side now. Get used to it, because when you get married, one of you's going to pick a side and you'll never switch.
Yeah, that's
most people pick their side and they don't switch. They're either the right or the left. And that's it.
Yeah, my thing is just my thing is I don't care about the side as much. It's I need to be my body needs to be as close to the edge of the bed as possible. That's my thing. Also, I have to have something in between my knees. I don't like my knees touching because I'm a side sleeper.
So you do a pillow, or do you have a leg pillow?
It could be a pillow. It can be I can even stuff the duvet, put it.
They're actually good for you as well.
Well, so that's the thing is it helps with your spinal alignment, and they say it actually helps with back pain or whatever because
I don't like it. But if you like something
I do.
Knees,
I need just something.
Oh, then you should
just even if it's just a little bit of something. But I need even if it's just just kind of putting the sheets in between. I need something there too.
There you go. Sleep 101.
Yeah.
Or 102, 103.
Yeah, but that's I'm trying to think of what else I need. Yeah, so my biggest thing is my biggest thing to get a good night's sleep is I need white noise. And if I don't have a fan on, like if I'm in a hotel room or whatever, and I don't want to use like the AC or something because it's cold, I will literally look up on my phone like white noise music and just have that on in the background. I need something to like, yeah.
Go.
I'm not like Maddie's husband who sleeps with earbuds in and like listens to podcasts
Yeah,
at night.
that is just not
Falls
good.
asleep to podcasts. No, I know.
And research has shown you shouldn't go to sleep with ear pods or like even music playing because your brain doesn't really shut down. You may be asleep, but your brain is still hearing that noise, the music, it's still trying to process it. Even though you may not physically be processing it, your brain is, and you feel more tired because of that.
Yeah, so the number one thing is like I have to have white noise.
Which is good. That's a different type of noise.
Yeah, it's white noise. I like it because it blocks out all other noises, right?
Yeah.
Like traffic or like, someone walking in and like bumping into the wall or something like it.
I needed that on Saturday. I had some neighbors having a big old party, and I just don't understand it, but they were having the music loud, like you could hear a block away to almost midnight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a little annoyed.
Yeah. No,
But
the
that's
white
not white noise.
No, the white noise. Well, the white noise it's at a certain frequency. And then and I'm really big on that.
A lot of babies use white noise for sleep.
My niece.
Yeah.
My niece does. But again, it's to help like block out all other things so you can get that so your brain can just focus on the quality of sleep. If you have white noise going on, it's like it fixates on that noise and then it doesn't have to worry about like, oh, someone's walking by. Like, do I need to be it's like it allows your brain to be like, okay, just you're good.
Yeah, shut down.
You're just like you can shut down. But there's also like different frequencies on. There is a. Let me see if I can like find it. There is a like a song that is. It's like literally like 10 hours.
Oh, jeez.
I do not listen to it because it's called Weightless.
Weightless. Okay.
It's a 10-hour version. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to like
Put you to
copyright. Well, no, I don't want to like copyright issue, but. It's really interesting. So that there's science behind it. I'm going to send it to you, and you can. It's not necessarily for sleep. It's for calming, right?
Okay.
And to help prepare you for bed. Share song, Kevin.
We'll see.
So there's two things that it does. There's the beat to the song is to the, I can't remember how many beats per minute it is, but it does that to like get your heart rate to match it, to calm you down.
Okay.
And then there's a noise, a frequency, a certain frequency to calm your brain. So between the frequency, the constant frequency that it plays, matched with the beat of the song, it's to, you're supposed to sit down and listen to it in a like controlled environment, whether be at home or whatever, and no other really sounds.
Okay.
And you're supposed to listen to that for. I mean, they've got it again for 10 hours. I'm not going to listen to that to try to fall asleep. Just give me white noise. That's fine. But it is nice to relax to that because especially if you have a super stressful day,
right?
Or if you're like, you know what, I need to. Because I think a lot of people like when they have stress, they're like, oh, I need a drink. Right. Like, let me have a drink. It's like that's not. That's a whole other issue, right? Like drinking before bed. This allows you to just like sit there, listen to this, and you don't have to take melatonin. You don't have to take. It's more of a natural thing, and it just helps you just for like if you listen to it even for 5 minutes,
right.
5 to 10 minutes,
just calms you down.
Just calms you down, and there's science behind it. So it's called Weightless. You can look it up on Apple Music. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Or if you want to listen to it for the full 10 hours.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Or if you want to have a work break, go to your car and listen to Weightless.
Yeah, well, like they say, you can drive to it.
Oh, okay.
To like in traffic or something, if you get like anxious or something, you can listen to that because it's going to naturally your body is naturally like it wants to sync up to.
Gotcha.
Sync up to this. So
there you have it.
All right.
Sleep Therapy 101.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for joining us for After Sunrise. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, everyone.